Hello, welcome to the show again. It's another Sunday. The week has gone fast. It just went quickly by. My name is Wally. It's the Way Show, and right behind me, handling everything technical, as always, is my colleague and friend Yomi, who obviously is going to be joining us much later in this show. So it's been, like I said, a wonderful week. It's been very pretty sunny over here in London, in the UK, right over this week, and so it's been wonderful. I mean, the lockdown is slowly easing around this area, so I hope you've had a wonderful week yourself, and I hope everything's working out well for you and you, your family, and your well wishes and all your friends. And as it is with us here, myself and Yomi. So today we've got a loaded package. So we've got two different aspects of industry we're going to be bringing into to you today. We're going to be talking about. So one of them, first, we're going to be talking about is actually it's about the world of beauty pageant and also fashion design. So we're going to be talking to an ex-beauty queen all the way from Nigeria. Her name is Tessy. Tessy is going to be joining us pretty soon. And right after Tessy, we're going to be going back into football. As you can see, I've got my football jerseys here. We'll talk just a little bit, just chipping a word or two about football with Tessy when we start. But mainly, we're going to be talking about our life as a beauty queen and obviously as a fashion designer. And then we chip in a bit of football in there. So the next person after Tessy would be a former footballer, a manager, a UEFA Grade A coach, who's a Nigerian. His name's Sunny Ekeh. So Sunny, some of you might know, some of you might not know, might not probably remember him. Obviously, he used to play in the local league in Nigeria before moving to Cyprus, Portugal, Ukraine, and after hanging the boots, became a coach in this Cypriot league. So those two people we're going to be talking to today. It's the Way Show, Sunday. Don't forget, keep watching. Press the like button. Hit it right now. Obviously, tell your friends, your neighbors, your family. Join us every Sunday, 8 p.m. on the Way Show on YouTube Live. So this is where we roll. I mean, we talk to people variously. We talk to you in the world, sports, entertainment, fashion, education, name it. We talk to you. We always want to talk to achievers. We always want to talk to people that've been there, that are on the road to getting there, and people that are already there. So we talk to you. We want to share your secret. We want people to know about what you're doing. So that's what the Way Show is all about. So we're not just solely a football show. Don't mind me hanging this up there. We're not solely a football show, a sports show, but we talk everything of general interest that will be of interest to you watching, especially. So in a few seconds, I'm going to be joined by Tessy. When Tessy joins, obviously Tessy will be introducing herself to let us know who she is. And we're going to be, diving straight into what life has been for her. Also, we're going to be touching on some, issues bordering on, gender, and especially what is happening to in the world of womanhood in Nigeria, in Africa, and indeed the world. So all those will be touching on when we speak to Tessy, who is going to be joining us pretty soon. So Tessy, if you can hear us. Hello, Tessy. How are you today? How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am pretty much good. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us on the show today. It's nice to see your face.
Likewise.
Okay. All right. So Tessy, like we always do when we start this show, we always want whoever we bring on to the show to tell us a bit about themselves. We might know about you, but people watching you also will want to know who this pretty face is. And so if you can, just tell us briefly who you are and what you do.
Okay. My name is Tessy Bibowei. I'm an ex-beauty queen. I'm a fashion designer. I'm the creative director of 234 by Kiwi Fashion House here in Nigeria. So,
Good. That's good. That's good. Nice to meet you. Nice to know you. And I hope people watching now know who this lady is. Well, she's not just a pretty face. Well, she's an ex-beauty queen, but she's also, doing something creatively, especially in the world of fashion designing. Tell me, Tessy, what actually brought you first and foremost into the world of beauty competition? I mean, why did you decide to go? Did someone tell you to do it, or was it something at the back of your mind all the way through?
okay. The essence of beauty pageant to me is to celebrate the totality of the beauty of a woman, right?
Yeah.
So my journey as a beauty queen started when I was very young.
Hmm.
I always have people coming up to me and telling me, "Oh, you look pretty. You should be a model. You look pretty. You should be a model." And I'm like, "Okay." And growing up, I remember always watching the Miss World beauty pageant. So it was always my favorite pastime.
Okay.
So I said, "Okay, that would be nice." I've always thought to myself, I want to be someone like that. Till after my secondary school, um, an organization approached me to contest for a local pageant. So I went for it. I came out the first runner up. Um, it was okay. It was a beautiful experience, but it wasn't as glamorous as the one I've seen on TV. But that boosts my appetite of zeal to continue that path. So I think I did more of modeling to pageantry, but I did like 3 4 pageants till in the year 2013.
Okay. I think we lost Tessie for a little while. We'll be joining me. Tessie, can you hear us? I think we lost you. We lost you
Okay.
for a little while. Yeah. Yeah. If you could continue, please. Thank you.
Okay. So in the year 2013, I went for the Miss Earth Nigeria beauty pageant, which I came out the first runner up. So that gave me automatically I was to represent Nigeria in a beauty pageant abroad. So I went for Miss Grand International in Bangkok, Thailand in 2014. So that's the word of my beauty pageant.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. There's always this notion about, when you go for beauty pageantry competition, that um, you know, there's always this notion that sometimes it's staged. Sometimes you already know who wants to win. Sometimes it's not the best girl that wins. I mean, what's your take about this? I mean, especially with your experience.
With my experience, it's not about. I think it's about beauty, your confidence, your intelligence, your poise, your courage, your smile. I don't think it comes with the whole stage thing. I don't
Hmm.
know. I did experience that in my time, so
Okay.
I won't. I can't. I don't know.
All right. What was your experience like in Bangkok, in Thailand, when you went there? I mean, right from, it's totally different people.
Mm-hmm.
How was you received, and what was your experience like in the competition itself? Especially you were with other contestants from all over the world.
Yeah, it was quite different, very glamorous. It was exciting getting to meet um, beautiful girls from all around the world. And yeah, it was a beautiful experience. But it was, challenging compared to the normal pageants we have in Nigeria. So it
Okay.
was quite different. But the experience was really beautiful. It was a beautiful experience. It's something I would never forget in my life.
Okay, that's good. I want to ask you a question. Okay. People seem to think the most beautiful girls ever on earth usually come from Nigeria. Is that true, or is it just a myth? Is it just because most people that say that are actually Nigerian people trying to big up Nigeria? Is it true?
You're breaking.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me, Tessy?
I didn't get that.
Can you hear me now?
I didn't get that.
Okay, I'm gonna say it again. So there's this notion, all right. People talk about the most beautiful girls on earth actually come from Nigeria. Can you hear me, Tessy?
I can hear you.
Oh, Tessy can hear me. All right. Can you hear me now? Okay. All right. We're just going to join you in a bit, just in about two minutes, so we can go back to the questions. But what was Yomi's dealing now with the technical issue, dealing with the technical issues. I'll just quickly obviously take some comments from people that's joined the show. Sandra, a very, very known person that joins the show every Sunday right from the day we started, says, hello again, greetings to you. This show is always the best. Thank you, Sandra. Prosper Francis is joined to say hello to Tessy, and obviously wish you all the very best. Tessy, can you hear me now?
Hi.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me loud and clear now?
No, it's still not clear.
Oh boy. Can you hear a bit of what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, you can hear me now. Okay. All right. Thank you. So I was just saying that people around the world usually say the best girls, the most beautiful girls are from Nigeria. Is that a myth, or is it just? Can you still hear me?
You're breaking.
Oh my God, breaking. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Okay. All right. So as I said, people have been saying, especially people that I come across, especially in Europe, they do like saying that the most beautiful girls usually come from Nigeria. Okay. Is that a myth, or is it something really for real? Or I mean, you've been across a lot of beauty competitions in Nigeria. Would you say really the most beautiful girls are actually from Nigeria or somewhere else?
Oh, I didn't get that.
Oh my God. All right, you can get us.
So I stopped at when you said you had the most beautiful girls. You're asking a question about the most beautiful girls coming from Nigeria.
Yeah. So is that true? Yes or no?
Yes, in Africa, yes.
She said yes. Okay. I'll take your answer for that. I actually believe that to be honest, I actually believe so. They are. So if you can still hear me.
No.
Oh my God. So she still can't hear me. Yomi, if you can, try and let us hook up with Tessy again while I take some of the comments that are coming through from the live comments. So if you can hear me, Tessy, we're just coming back to you again. Okay, so we can reconnect to you. So yeah, someone X Barker says, I like the Barcelona kids in the back. Thank you. Yeah, Barcelona. Thank you for liking that. There's a Nigerian one actually there in the middle, proud, flying. Nancy Doyle says, wow, I love the way you show the most beautiful, love you. Tessy, if you can still hear me. No.
I can see you, but I can't hear you.
You can't hear me. Okay. All right. We would try as much as possible to get back to you, Tessy. We would just try and remedy that if we can. So Tessy's finding the big difficult hearing me today. So we will try and obviously get back to talking to her as soon as we get the connection right. Yeah, so if you can, as you can see, we have some pictures rolling of Tessy's new fashion house rolling on the screen just now. Whilst that is going on, let me just quickly also take some other comments, live comments coming up on the show. Nancy says, I love the show, beautiful. Spencer, the most beautiful girls are from Nigeria. Definitely, Spencer. I totally agree with you, and Tessy obviously agrees with you. So Tessy, can you hear me now?
Oh my God, I can't hear you.
Oh no, what a day. So Tessie still cannot hear me. Um, signals, and well, we'll try and get back to Tessie to see what we can do to remedy. But well, the show must go on. So again, I'll still take some comments from people um, uh, coming on the show, watching the show.
Sorry, I can hear you. I can see you, but I can't hear you clearly.
Okay, all right. Yomi, if you can, please, we can just take Tessie off and see if she can redial in to the
Okay,
show.
hold on. Let me go up and reconnect back to the.
Yes. So, yeah, like I was saying, I think I probably might have created this there here now about most beautiful girls coming out of Nigeria, because I've got people bombarding us with comments saying some saying yes, some saying well, some probably begging to disagree with me, but whatever it is, every country in the world has got beautiful girls, I must tell you. But please, on this occasion, I dare say the most beautiful ones are actually from Nigeria. Please agree with me on this, okay? Okay, so we'll try as much as possible to get back to Tessie and talk to her before we go to our next guest, who is Sunny Ekeh, former under-19 coach of AEK Lanaka in Cyprus. But before then, we were talking to Tessie, who was an ex-beauty queen. She was sharing experience as a beauty queen with us. Tessie, can you hear me now? Hello? Can you hear me now, Tessie? Oh no, I don't think she can. I don't think she can hear me.
Hi.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear me now. Good. Yeah, you can hear me. All right. Yeah. So Tessie, so I want to take you now from the beauty competition, but into what you do at the moment. You are into fashion designing. Can you tell us why you decided to go into fashion designing and not something else?
I didn't get that.
Oh, can you hear me, Tessie?
Can you please repeat? Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, so I said you were into now at the moment you are into fashion designing, right? So what made you go into fashion designing and not into something totally different? I think we still got problems with the with our technology. We still got problems with our technology, and so Tessy can still not hear us.
Oh my God.
All right, so we'll try as much as possible to get back to Tessy, maybe before the end of the show. And whilst we're still doing that, let me also read some comments from our live comments section. So Nancy said, yes, the most beautiful girls are from Nigeria, proudly Nigerian. Well done, Nancy. Thank you for that. Sunny said, yes, Nigerian girls are the most beautiful in the world. Yes. Well done, Sunny. That's good. The most beautiful girls are from Nigeria, same skin that was broken. Well, Prosper again saying same Nigerian girls are beautiful, are the most beautiful around. So everyone seemed to be agreeing with me, but just for a minority. Well. Anyway, we will try as much as possible to get back to to Tessy before the end of this show. But meanwhile, we can take on Sunny Kingsley to join us on this show. And maybe towards the end of it, we will get Tessy to join us again. Once we've remedied the situation with the signal, and obviously she hearing us well. So if Sunny, if you're there, if you have joined us on the show, welcome. I would like to see your face, Sunny. Okay, we're still waiting for Sunny to join us. Sunny Kingsley, AK. We're still waiting for him to join us. So pretty soon, I think he's going to be joining us. Please bear with us. It's a live show, and it's technology. It's something we are getting to grips with, and one day it would be pretty okay. Talking about technology, today I was watching a Instagram live between the great Nigerian actor Richard Mufedamijo, who was obviously on Instagram live with Joke Silva, another very great Nigerian actress, and just as the conversation was going on, and everything just went blank, and R&D had to come out to come back in to apologize to people about what was going on. I mean, you get this, especially when you are, especially because of this COVID period, because everyone is at home, and we haven't got the best of all technologies back home in Africa, but we will try as much as possible to get back. I mean, to get things rolling, and get technology to where it should be. But like I said, the show must go on, and just a bit of news I need to get over to you. So the last FA Cup game for today, that's the English FA Cup game for today. So Newcastle play Manchester City. So it went 2-0 to Manchester City. So that means Manchester City will be playing against Arsenal in the FA Cup semi-finals, which is coming up next month. And obviously, we all know that Manchester United, with Odioni Gallo scoring against Norwich, will be playing against Chelsea FC. Chelsea today beat Leicester City, which paraded our own very Wilfred Ndidi. So Wilfred Ndidi would not be taking that trip to Wembley, but another of our sons, Odioni Gallo, would be with Man United as they take on Chelsea in next month's FA Cup semi-final. So preparing for the FA Cup semi-finals would be Man United v Chelsea and Arsenal v Man City. This will be next week. Sorry, beg your pardon, next month. So so that's football for you for now. And as you know, football is back, especially in some countries. Football is back. So we will be because football is back. Everything seems to be everything seems normal again, but it's not. It's not totally normal. I mean, we know Liverpool won the Premier League, courtesy of Chelsea win and over Man City. So Liverpool won, and obviously what happened in Liverpool after the winning of their Premier League Cup, the first time in 30 years, the City just went total haywire. So, but you can understand that the people actually wanted to celebrate, but then they also need to understand that it shouldn't have been done the way it went that day. I mean, we're still in the era of COVID-19 coronavirus, so things should be done in moderation. But anyway, we are still trying to connect to the studio and obviously connect with our man Sunny Ekeh, who is all the way in Cyprus. Sunny will be joining us soon in Cyprus. So we're going to be talking to Sunny about his life in Cyprus, because he was in Cyprus for a long time. So, and after finishing his career in Cyprus, he then became a coach, under 19 coach for his team, the team called AEK Lanaka in Cyprus. So Sunny obviously finished his career in Cyprus, like I said, and was a coach there. So we are going to be linking up with him later to talk about football as it is in Europe, because apart from playing in Cyprus, he also played in Portugal, in Ukraine, and one or two other countries. So I'm just going to read another live comment while we wait for, I guess, join us. X Barker says favorite to win the FA Cup is Chelsea. So I am X Barker is predicting FA Cup final will be between Chelsea and Man United, and she's X Barker says Chelsea is going to win the FA Cup. I do hope so. Don't tell nobody I'm a Chelsea fan. So I hope we win at the end of the day. We win this cup. Because already Chelsea's are out of the Carabao Cup, out of running to be champions of England. Well, as far as the Premier League is concerned, because it's already Liverpool's. So the FA Cup is probably the only thing left for them to win. Prosper says Liverpool were the champions. Now they are going to. Now they're going to believe. I think they actually were the champions. They've done well. They proved to be the best team this season by far. So total congratulations to the city, to the team, and obviously to her club, who's done wonders with the team. Yomi, we seem to be experiencing quite a lot of technical difficulties today.
Yeah, but you can hear me, right?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear, Yomi.
Okay, so that's fine. I think the connection is from your hand, but it's okay. Hi, Tessy. You can hear me, right?
Hi.
Good.
Yeah, I can hear you, Mr. Yomi. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we're gonna do it this way. Wale was asking, just for you to tell us a bit about your transition from beauty queen to owning a fashion outfit.
Fashion house, okay. After my university, I wanted to, after school, you want to go to, maybe you want to work where you
Lost Tessy again.
Yeah, well, I think there's a lot of problem with the network in Nigeria.
Okay, so
anyway, in the meantime, Sunny is finally here.
Okay, good. So if we can join Sunny and we could go on with the show and see if we can connect to Tessy.
Yeah. So our next guest is Sunny Ekeh, right? So
yes.
Yeah. And so Sunny will join us shortly.
Okay. Thank you, Yomi. Hello, Sunny.
Hey.
Hey, how are you doing?
Very good. You?
Thank you. I'm good. Finally, we get to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's it going with you, mate?
I'm very good. And you? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. All good. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today.
It's nice to be joining you. I've been listening to your conversation with Tessy.
Good.
Interesting and amazing.
Yeah. Good. And I just read your comments on Nigerian girls. So I know you won't see quite a lot of Nigerian girls in Cyprus, but still, we still believe they're the most beautiful ever.
Definitely, they are. Definitely.
Okay, so now let's leave the girls alone. Now let's go into football, Sunny. So let's just talk about your career first and foremost as a footballer. Spending most of your time in Cyprus, where it's when I was having a look through at some of your old pictures and some other stuff, and obviously talked to some people I know in Cyprus, and when I mentioned, do you guys know Sunny Ekeh? The first thing they said, "You mean the king?" And I'm like, "Yes, the king." So why is it they call you the kings in Cyprus? I mean, Lanaka. Every the two people I spoke to in Lanaka, they would never call you by your name, Sonny. They always say the king, the king, the king. Why is it so?
Okay, I don't.
Can you hear me, Sonny? Can you hear me? All right. So I mean, people call you the king in Cyprus. Why that nickname? Why did they call you? Why did they call you the king for?
I think it has to do with the fact that my name is Kingsley, and if you shorten Kingsley, you can say King and Sley.
Yeah.
And okay, I think that's why they call me the king. Yeah.
Okay. And one of the when you left Lanaka, I think you went to Ukraine and then came back. And when you came back to Ukraine, came back to Cyprus, there was a massive crowd welcoming you back to, like, our lost sons come back home. How did it feel for you that time? I mean, quite a lot of footballers don't usually get that, especially Nigerian footballers in a foreign country. But you were so well received. There were like crowds of people, everyone, playing, drumming. Our son is back. What was that all about? How did it feel for you?
It was unbelievable. It was a feeling that I don't know if I'm ever going to have that kind of feeling again in my life. But okay, there was a reason behind the reception at the airport. When I came here the first time, I had a fantastic season, and the club had many offers to sell me, and the fans didn't want the president to do that. But that offer to Ukraine was a very, very good offer for me, and I had to speak to him, and he said to me, "Listen, I would love to sell you, but you've got to go speak to the fans, that you want to go." And the only way I could convince the fans that I wanted to go was to promise them that if I ever had to come back to Cyprus, I will not go to another club. And unbelievably, I had a better offer to come to the best club in Cyprus then, and I refused, and I came back to AEK. And I think that's the connection of King and the love for the people, for me, and all, that's it.
I know when you transfer from AEK to Metalog,
yeah,
it was probably one of the biggest transfers that time in Cyprus in 2008. So it went for over close to about 700,000 euros. That's massive money for someone like you. I mean, not a lot of people in Nigeria heard about that in Africa. It was probably one of the biggest transfers of that time. I mean, why would you say you commanded so much fees? I mean, that even people back home didn't know about.
Okay, I think you related to the fact that Cyprus is an island. Compared to Nigeria, it's like Lagos is like maybe 10 times Cyprus, the size of Cyprus. So it's a small country, it's an island, and not so many people know about the island, not to talk about the football. So because of the smallness of the place, information don't go out so often like that, into the rest of Europe, And also me also, I'm not a well-known professional football player in Nigeria. because I didn't really play in the Nigerian league for a long time. I played in a small club before I left Nigeria. I left at a very young age. So if you compare both situations, it's almost impossible to know about my movements in Europe.
True. Would you look back at your career and say, I miss not playing for my country? And that's question number one. That's your country, Nigeria. Question number two, if you had at that time an offer to play for the Cypriot national team, would you have taken it, or did you even have offers to play for them?
Okay, I'll start with the second question, which is interesting. Yeah, when I was here, there were talks. I got approached, but not officially. Unfortunately for me, that I was leaving Cyprus, so I was going to Ukraine. So it wasn't something so interesting for me to do. About playing for Nigeria, when I was in Portugal, I had the chance also. I was invited to the under-23 national team, but my club didn't release me because I was very important for them. They didn't want me to go. And okay, the other chances I would have had has to do with the controversy that's going on in Nigeria now, that you've got to give something to get invited. And I wasn't down for that. I was playing the first division. I was young. I didn't see any reason why I had to, go the extra length to get invited by my country, So regret, I don't regret it. I enjoyed my career. I played a lot of games in Europe. I've played Europa League. I've played in very good teams. I've had financial wise, I made good money, so I have no regrets not to play for Nigeria. I think maybe Nigeria missed seeing somebody like me on the pitch playing for them.
Well, we'll take your word on that. So, Sonny, you mentioned this issue. I mean, something that's been going on quite recently, about people, football players, offering money to play for their countries. Especially with Nigeria. You did mention it just a bit. I will want you to touch more on it. Was it like someone from the national team or the FA approached you and say, if you want to play for Nigeria, you need to bring X amount? Was it what happened, or how was it like for you?
I think the issue doesn't have anything to do with the FA. I think everywhere there's football, there's an organization, there's a club, you have a lot of people working inside and outside. You've got agents, you've got officials, you've got authorized officials, you've got people that help the officials. And you know where we come from. It's Nigeria. You've got everybody trying to take advantage of any position that they've got. Yep. And you've got people that know the football players approaching themselves, But at the end of the day, it affects the selection. It affects like the real players that were supposed to be invited. They don't get invited because you've got a lot of people want to get into a national team. And everybody's got different values and different principles. Some people don't mind to pay. Some people, like me, no, I don't want to. I prefer not to play. But at the end of the day, it has to do also with the federation controlling people that are working in the federation, having having a model, how they employ people that work for them. Because at the end of the day, the face that comes as an employee is the face of the employer.
True.
So that's it.
Okay. So you went to Ukraine, and I remember when we had a colleague of yours, Eddie Dombraye. He also played in Ukraine, and I asked him this question about, obviously, because Ukraine is what Ukraine is, if you actually face anything that has to do with racism over there in Ukraine. So Eddie said just a bit of it. So in your case, did you at any point in time when you went to Ukraine, especially with Metallurg Donetsk, did you face anything racism over there?
Racism is everywhere.
Hmm.
There's racism in Nigeria. There is, and sometimes it has to do with ignorance, So if I say to you, I didn't face racism in Ukraine, maybe I'm not completely truthful. And if I say to you, I faced racism in Ukraine, maybe I didn't really understand what was the matter. My wife is from Ukraine, so there's racism everywhere. If you ask me about that, there's racism in Cyprus, there's racism in Portugal. People are different, but what we are looking at now around the world is institutionalized racism that's going on in America. You don't have it in Ukraine. No, you don't have it. You don't have it where because you are black, you don't feel safe on the street and the police treats you differently. I think no, I didn't experience anything like that. But somebody just starting a fight with me because they don't like the way I look, yeah, you can have that. But maybe that person, if you go to check the background of that person, maybe he's sick, maybe he's a psycho, maybe something is wrong with him. So I think at the end of the day, we've got to go deep into if this is a one case, one time situation, or if it's happening always. Racism for me is everywhere. You just have to know what you're doing.
That's good. That's very good thoughts from you there. So Sunny, you obviously finished your playing career. You've been a chief scout for your former team. You've been under 19 coach, and obviously you've done your badges, UEFA badges. So what's the next step for you now? Especially one in Nigeria, two in Europe. I mean, are you looking to probably continue what you're doing in Cyprus, or you're looking obviously to go back to Nigeria to contribute to development of football, whatever level, So what's the future looking like, the short term and long term for you, especially with coaching?
That's a good question, because I just made an interview yesterday about that question particularly. For me, it's a continuum. It's a life. It's a process that development as a human being has to do with you adapting to your environment. I've been here. I love it. I was coaching. I've been coaching for 8 years now. I've been in the first team. I've been in all the ages from U8. My daughter was in my team now, the last team I had. And U19. I've learned a lot. I'm one guy that always, looks back to where I'm coming from. And the truth is, where I'm coming from is Nigeria. I love to impact people. I love to inspire people. I've inspired a lot of people here. But the truth is, the real people that need inspiration from me now are Nigerians, are the youths in Nigerians where I started. I don't think you get a guy like me in Nigeria. I don't think you get a guy that's got the UEFA badge and is being involved in developing players in Europe. And the boys, they need me back home. The next thing for me is to inspire these boys, not just as a football coach, but as a human being, as somebody that's got good exposure about how things should be done properly. I want to instill that into our youth, and there's a situation a myth anyway, that's going on in Nigeria that you cannot go to school and play football, which is a lie. I want to try to help them to understand that you can always go to school and combine football as long as you find a good plan and you create a balance in your life, you can achieve whatever you want. And this is what I want to do next. I want to go back home, show them that they can become who they want to be. They can be better than Cristiano Ronaldo. They can be better than Messi. All we need to do is to support them, build the structures, and help them to dream and achieve their dream.
So are you looking at football clubs, or probably thinking about applying for national teams? I mean, you've spoken so much about your dreams for Nigerian youths, but is that going to be in the local league, or are you looking at the national teams?
Fortunately, I've been working from Nigeria. I've been working in Nigeria from Cyprus for the past 4 years. I had a project going on with the administration of Mimiko in Ondo State. I did some things in Port Harcourt. I'm working with a lot of academies in Lagos. I'm more like a freelancer. What I do is I know where the problem is. The root of the problem of Nigerian football is the grassroots. So I've got projects going on. I'm working with Pepsi Academy in Lagos, also helping them to enlighten their coaches. So what I do is I get into an academy. I look at the structure. I try to help them to be as organized as we are here in Cyprus. I help them to educate their coaches, not like educating as in licensing, but to refresh whatever, to share knowledge with them. I go on the pitch, see the players, talk to the players, So what I don't want to do is go to build my own academy. That will limit my knowledge to one area, to one place.
Yes.
What I really want to do is get as much access to Nigerian youths as possible, which is going state by state. For the past 4 years, I've been in 22 states in Nigeria, and I never been to 5 states when I was living in Nigeria, but my work has taken me to 22 states, and I'm looking to cover everywhere now. I want to reach everybody. I want to reach the football administrators. I want to reach club owners, academy owners. I want to, share knowledge with them and help them to understand that we just have to wake up to the fact that we are the biggest talent producing country in the world, but our talents are not getting to the fullness of their potential.
So you mentioned about all the places you've been, doing work with. I mean, how have they received you? Have they received your knowledge? Have they received whatever proposal you have for them? Because if there's anything I know about where we come from is sometimes people tend to think, it's not so much a big household name. He's not a Kanu, he's not a JJ Okocha, he's not a Yobo. So why is he coming to talk to us about stuff like so? How do people receive you over there? I mean, I look at you. I know you've got tons of knowledge, especially about football. I mean, talking to you alone, you seem to be one of those guys who know what he's talking about. So there's one thing for people to know what you're talking about, and the other thing is for them to receive you and then listen to you. How's it been for you whenever you go to Nigeria?
Normally, what you get with me is there's a philosophy. My philosophy is, first, I treat everybody, fair. I'm a fair guy. I meet you. I don't judge you before I meet you. I don't judge your knowledge. Maybe I know more than you, or maybe you know more than me. I don't judge it. It doesn't determine what we share. We share whatever we start with. I'm fair. I like to be, there's equality in how I work. Everybody is the same. You can be the president of the club. You can be the cleaner in the club. For me, there's no difference. Everybody's contributing to the success of the association. And there's justice. If I make something wrong, I expect to be treated the same way as a kid. If the kid wrongs, this is how my philosophy. And into it, you come to my values. My values is commitment, hard work. So if you look at my philosophy and you look at my values, you judge me by that. You're not gonna judge me by my big name, because at the end of the day, my values, I'm hardworking. Everybody knows that. I'm hardworking. I'm committed to what I do. I stay focused, and I'm not the guy that easily gives up. So even if you don't respect me from the beginning, my consistency and continuous, approach into convincing you will make you understand that I'm there for real. And at the end of the day, I don't tell people what I know. I share with people what they know, and I give you an idea from what I know, and we compare both, and we find a solution. This is how you should work with Nigerians. This is how you should work with Africans. Don't go telling Africans what you know from Europe. No, because JJ Okocha, Sonny Kingsley, Sunday Olise, they came out from Africa.
Sure.
Now you want to tell me what these people were doing 25 years ago was not correct? How they produce these players? No, maybe the situation we've got in Nigeria and Africa is we are not evolving the way Europeans are evolving. We are not experimenting. We are not researching. So my idea is calm down, show them, see what they are doing, share with them what I've learned, and we create something for our people.
It's brilliant, Sonny. So when I was researching on you, and like I said, when I was introducing, you were a chief scout for Lanaka, and what does a chief scout do? I know to people watching, what was your chief role within the football club?
Okay, in a club, you've got scouts. Sometimes scouts are volunteers. Anybody can be a scout. You can volunteer to be a scout for AEK, and yeah, you can do it. But a chief scout is if, like the scouts that we've got around, if they discover something like a talent, they report to the club. The club now gets to me, gives me the information, and I now go to re-scout what the scouts what they've scouted. And if, for example, you approach AEK now, you say to them, you have a player, they will redirect you to me. They will say, okay, you have a player, we are interested, but can you talk to this guy because he's our chief scout? The third one is, I'm the chief scout. I'm communicating day to day with the sport director, with the coach. I know the profile of a player that the club needs. I know when the club needs a player in a particular position. I get first-hand information of everything that the club needs about the players. That's a chief scout.
Okay. So then, do you also interact with agents at some point?
Yeah, definitely we interact with agents. Even if you don't interact with them, they will interact with you.
You are a very known Nigerian in Cyprus. Do we also have Nigerian players there now that are playing?
Yeah. They've got two. They've got Elondoi. Elondoi is gone from Salamina to Anotosi now. Very good move. And they've got, coincidentally, another one. His name is Kingsley.
Oh.
And normally they call me King. And now when he scores, they call him King also in his club. So yeah, we've got, and there's the biggest Nigerian name that ever came to Cyprus, Michael Biku.
Michael Biku, yes.
He played in Anotosi before he went to Feyenoord, so he's very big here.
Yeah.
Very big name here also.
That's true. Yeah, Michael Biku, yes.
Yeah.
So at the moment, you just finished your contract with Lanak, and you're obviously you're engaged with going to Nigeria, Africa, and what have you. How was the COVID impacted all this? I mean, I suppose everything is on hold at the moment. So has it impacted you spending more time with the family and all?
Can you come again? I didn't get that.
Oh, I said at the moment, because of the COVID, because you're more like a free agent at the moment, and you've been going to Africa, Nigeria especially, to do what you do. But with the COVID, what has it been like for you? Are you spending more time with the family or brushing yourself up again?
We've got the phrase in the house. I started it, but gradually everybody started to realize that it's true. I said, COVID-19 changed my life. And that's a big truth. That's the biggest truth. Okay, I'm a guy, I love to exercise. So we had a situation where you could send an SMS. If you want to go make an exercise, you could send an SMS. If you go into supermarket, and I used most of my SMS, I use it to go to do exercise. So I was exercising a lot. Again, it grew me very close to my daughter, my oldest daughter. We started playing a lot. We were playing Uno. We were playing different kinds of games. We were playing maybe 6-5 games a day. And many people had the same situation. We were doing things more in family. We were eating healthy. It was a negative situation all over the world. But in terms of family-wise, it became very positive for most families. Most of my friends, most of the people I work with, they had the same story. So for me, COVID-19 changed my life for the better, really, for the better.
That's brilliant. So, and your daughter, you said she plays football. Is she gonna be probably step into daddy's shoes one day and probably be the queen, not the king now?
I don't know about that, but she's very strong. She's very, very strong. She's very fast. I don't know what she's going to do with it, but she's very athletic. She's very athletic. Whatever she chooses to do, she's got my 100% support. And I think she's going to be brilliant in whatever she chooses to do in her life.
So, Sunny, in the next 5 years, should we be surprised? We see you on probably handling the Nigeria under 17 or under 19 team. Is that part of a dream?
No, that would be a very big surprise. No, I won't be there. I don't want to be there. I know the situation. You've got to change a lot to want to dream. I'm very realistic guy. In the next 5 years, you might see me in the board of one of a top European club. You might see me, definitely you'll see me controlling a lot of things in Europe. Players, clubs, being involved in decisions. In 5 years' time, with what I know now and with what I plan to do, I should definitely be big in Europe, controlling a club, not asking to be coming to a club. I know it's possible.
That's very good.
It's possible.
You've got wonderful ideas. I must say, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I mean, you, like I said, you seem very, very knowledgeable, and it will be a shame if people back in Nigeria, back home, do not tap into this knowledge. It will be a very big shame. I've seen you play, and you didn't regret not playing for Nigeria, but I think at some point it could have been a plus for you to play for Nigeria. But that's behind now. But that's behind now. But to tap into your intelligence, I mean, into what you've learned overall in Europe and bringing it back home to Nigeria, to Africa, will have been something very, very, very good. Well, I don't know. It's tough, when you want to dream. Yeah, go on, Sunny.
I'm very positive because what we're talking about is not something I'm just going to start doing now. I've been doing it for 4 years. If you go behind the scenes, you get a lot of people, they know me, but the funny thing is they don't know my capacity in Cyprus. They don't know it because I don't speak about it. I prefer to start from zero in Nigeria because I know what I'm doing. So, but I won't lie to you, the reception after they see my work, it's been amazing. The reception has been amazing. I've had people with Mimico, they brought me back 4 times. They keep bringing me back to support, to encourage, to in the consulting issue. But I'm very positive. Nigeria is ready for people like me. Nigeria, I think they've had enough of the big names that don't impact the people direct. You've got to impact the people. You've got to think about the people. You've got to remember where you was before, how you started, and don't take advantage of the people. This is what we need.
That's very brilliant from you. One of our regular guests, Sandra, says you actually look like JJ Okocha.
Yeah, I look. My brother look more like JJ. They call him JJ. My brother.
Okay.
Yeah. My brother.
Okay. Sonny, it's been wonderful talking to you, and
Same here.
we can only wish you all the very best. And we will keep in touch with you. And hopefully, when you get to that boardroom of some of these big clubs in Europe, not just in Cyprus, we'll bring you back here. Okay. And you also need to talk to us about how it is,
Definitely. It's been a pleasure. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Sunny, for being with us here. Thank you.
Amazing program anyway. Amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Cheers.
I know it's pretty late now in Cyprus. So I'll let you go and spend some time with the family before they go back to bed.
Thank you.
All right. All the best.
Right.
All the best, mate. Thank
you.
All
right. Yeah, bye.
Yeah, so very interesting. This guy, Sunny Ekeh, we've had conversations even before this show. And when I told him, I said, listen, from your conversation with me, I would like to bring you to our show to talk to us about all this you've learned over in Europe, and I'm sure you thoroughly enjoyed that. It's a shame we couldn't talk that much to him because due to time, and obviously the time difference between here and where he's based in Cyprus. So, but I can assure you we'll bring Sunny back at some point, and obviously talk about his experiences back home in Nigeria. Definitely he would. He's someone with a very tall ambition, very realistic. He did say, quite unlike some other people that we talked to, I don't think I will be coach or manager of Nigerian national teams, but I would like to impact, and he's already doing that. And we can only wish him all the very best. Yomi, what do you think about Sunny?
Yeah, that was a good interview, actually. And I'm kind of impressed with him because of his plans. I mean, it's good to say that he's already thinking ahead, what he wants to do. And I like the ambition as well. He wants to be at the board. He wants to own his own club. And those are the kind of people we need back in Nigeria to make things right. A lot of Nigerians are doing a lot of good things abroad. And I hope they all, at some point come back home and make our league a proper league, make it a more commercially viable league like the one in Europe. We have the players, we have the talent back home. We just need an enable environment and a good place, infrastructure, facilities, coaching, nutrition, everything. Organize the club properly, make it a viable commercial ventures. And the players will stay back at home and we have some a valuable product that we can sell to the rest of the world.
Yeah,
so I think that was a good one.
Yeah, some of the things I actually picked up from an interview, from a chat we had with him, was him saying, "I don't want to start another academy." Because when you look into Nigeria now, there are probably thousands of academies there. Someone can just wake up now and say, I want to start an academy.
And most of these academies, they're not even.
Exactly.
For proper development of growth.
Exactly.
Most of them are just to sell players abroad.
Yeah.
So we're not thinking long term, right?
Yeah.
People are just thinking of easy cash, make money today and that's it. They're not thinking of a sustainable product that can feed their families for generations. People are thinking of start an academy now, make a couple of dollars and move on. We're not thinking of establishing a proper sport university, sports academies that can grow with time, academies that will last for 100 years, where you can bring players from all over the world, when we can actually develop our own brand of Nigerian football, to sell to the rest of the world. We're not thinking in terms of that. We're not thinking of creating viable clubs that can dominate Africa, even compete favorably with the clubs in Europe. We're not thinking of that. People are just thinking of, let's start something, grab 4 or 5 players, sell them to Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, and make money,
Yeah, that's if they actually sell it to Chelsea and Arsenal to make money. And they don't
Most
sell.
times the backwater leagues, right?
Yeah, they don't sell to Kazakhstan and Azerbaijan, and which like I always say, I mean, it's okay if you want to decide to go to Azerbaijan or Vietnam or wherever to play football. It's okay, it's your choice. But yeah, that one actually struck me. Saying I don't want to start an academy. We've got enough of it. All I need to do is just to help people develop it, and post development and football development was what was actually what was at the back of his mind, which is really, really, really very good. Like I said, I can only wish him all the very best, and hopefully we'll get him back here one day to his journey. It's a shame we couldn't we could not talk to Tessy further, but
Tessy, I think Tessy is back. But in the meantime, let's show you one of our work. I'm just going to play a video. So this is one of the products that she made.
Okay.
I think it's I don't know what they call this. She will be able to explain this.
Okay. So
let me just bring her here.
If she can join us now. Hello, Tessy. Hi, Tessy. Can you hear us? Can you hear us, Tessy?
Hello, it's breaking. It's breaking.
Good. Hello? So she can hear us now. So do you mind explaining what we just saying? I think I have another. Good. So anyway, I'll just show you a bit of some of our designs. So this is one. I think this is another one of our designs. And then this is another one that I found really nice. And I think she also make clothes for men as well.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, this is like some summer wears, I think.
Tessy, I think that's gonna look good on me, except for maybe I probably
exactly
some excess pounds now during COVID on my tummy.
This is another design, which is quite cool.
Yeah. Tessy, if you can hear us, Tessy?
So our company is called 234 by
Yomi, Tessy can still not hear us. I think
but you can hear me, right? Tessy, are you able to hear me? I think the network in where she is in Lagos is very bad.
Okay, so I think what we need to do is to bring Tessy back to the show probably next week so we can talk more about all this, because this seems really beautiful and interesting. I think we'll have to get in touch with Tessy right after the show so we can probably organize and try to bring her in again sometime next week so we can talk about this other talent she's got. Whilst that's going on, let me just quickly read through some other live comments that we've had. Prosper says Sunny Ekeh making good moves. Thank you for the comments. Anthony Njoku, my brother, I'm beginning to like your program. Thank you so much, Anthony. Thank you. Continue to watch his show and continue to follow us. Sammy Emmanuel, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you, Sammy. How are you doing today? Someone's here saying Barcelona forever, soon to be champions of Europe. You wish. Let's see. Fingers crossed on that. Spencer, continue supporting Barcelona. I know someone who is a diehard Barcelona fan and who will totally agree with you on that. So,
So that's a bit of the work that I'm able to see on. Yeah. So, like I was saying, like those are some of the designs that I saw online.
Yeah. So I
And
think,
for someone who transited from being a beauty queen to a fashion designer, I think she's done some pretty good job.
yeah, I think we'll have to bring her back into the show to talk about all this. It's a shame that she can't hear us. She can see us, we can see her, but she can't
Yeah.
hear us. It's a shame. So we'll have to bring her in. Tessy, I think we'll have to bring you into the show next week. We'll try this out again and bring you back in. And a comment from Nancy says, "Wow, lovely design. Actually, love the designs." So not just the men, even the women
They
design.
love that, yeah.
I really love it, and I'm sure if my missus is watching this, and I'm sure she is.
Actually, this is one I
Sorry,
love.
Mama.
I think I'm gonna get this next time I'm in Nigeria. This
Tessy,
actually.
That's you, Mama.
Yeah, we
Tessy,
can hear you.
I think
Yeah,
we'll probably
Tessy's
bring
here.
her in next week. We'll get in touch
Yeah.
with Tessy and tell her we'll bring her in. So
So that's it for this week, man.
it is
Well,
for this week.
I hope you guys enjoy it. And
And
please, if you guys are watching, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Please, we need your support to grow the channel, please.
yeah, and special thanks to our guests today, Tessy and Sunny. Tessy from Nigeria and Sunny from Cyprus, and also to everyone that's logged into watch this show, everyone that's written comments, that made comments on the show, Prosper, Sandra, our regular, X Barker, our regular, Spencer, Anthony, Sammy, our regular, Nancy, and so much more. All of you, thank you. Please subscribe to the
Thank you so
show.
much. Yeah.
Hit the like button, and please make sure you spread the news about this show. And next week,
And also turn on your notifications so that when we release the new videos, you can be the first to get in your inbox. Yeah.
Yes. And next week we will try as much as possible to get Tessy back to us and another important special guest. So we hope you have a very wonderful week ahead. And we'll see you next Sunday. Be good. Thank you.